Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today's Lance with the Pants here today. I'm gonna screw the intro up. And welcome to Let's Look at Sonic the Fighters. This is a fighting game made by Sega? Question mark? I really should do research. Basically to have a Sonic fighting game. I'm gonna say this here. A lot of people don't really like this game, but I love it because I think it's so funny that it's so bad that it's funny. Not in the sense of you would say something like 06, but in the sense of like, oh my god, this is so stupid. Like, this is enjoyable. Like, this game is competent for what it is, as opposed to something like 06 or, let's say Secret Rings. But it's so stupid. Like, it's very cartoony, as you can tell from the animation in this fight with Knuckles. Which is one thing I will actually give this game, is I think graphically, for the time it came out, it looks pretty good. Like, I mean, obviously this is a HD port, remaster, whatever. Well, yeah. That is on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Steam. But I think it looks pretty good. Also, Sonic's eye moves during this results screen. I always thought that was hilarious when I used to play this game on Gems Collection, which is probably how you probably played it if you haven't played this new version, because it was on Gems Collection originally. Well, before it was in arcade. Well, after it was in arcades. That would make sense. But obviously, Gems Collection came with like R and CD. So yeah, if you totally got a better deal if you bought Mega Collection over the Gems Collection. Which is funny, now think about this, because two of the games from Gems Collection are now, have been HD remastered or remade, whatever, technically remade in CD's case. Where we have this game, obviously, in CD on all this stuff. We just need a remake or remaster of Sonic R, which would be great. I kind of like Amy's old design compared to her new one. I don't know, something about it. It reminds me of Minnie Mouse, and I don't know what it is. And probably the big eyes. If you want a very easy way to always win through this quote-unquote campaign, the easiest thing to do is to always make them, like, break their shields. And once they break their shields, like, I usually try to make them break it in the first round. Then, Amy's hands are really big there, by the way. But, usually what you can do is they break all their shields, they can't do anything. This is definitely recommended for one of the later fights in this story. Also, I love this level, like how the floor looks. If you don't know who this is, by the way, this is Bark the Polar Bear. He's a character who is, I think, only in this game. Well, he's technically in Generations as well, because you have the wanted poster in Gen's City Escape. I think Classic. He might be in Modern, too. I know for sure he's in Classic. But yeah, this is the only game he's in. Bark's basically your really strong character. Like, he's like the tankish character of this game, which, I don't really use Bark. I will say, if you get the newer version, you have the ability to play people online, and I've played multiple sessions with this with, Philip and Richie, and me and Richie playing it was pretty fun, because, there's a character in this game I think we see after this fight named Bean the Dynamite. He throws bombs. And literally all we did was just me and Richie throwing bombs at one another, and it was pretty fantastic. I think this is the only level, which is Mushroom Hill, obviously, that is taken from the games. I could be wrong on that, but I find that funny they took Mushroom Hill. The only bad thing is that they don't keep the OST from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because I love Mushroom Hill Zone. The modern version in Gen's 3DS is perfect. The weird thing is they have Espio in this game, but they don't have, like, Mighty or Vector or... You know, I wouldn't mind Charmy just to beat the shit out of Charmy, because that'd be pretty great, but, you know. They should have brought out the entire Chaotix crew, because I love the Chaotix crew. Besides, Charmy, that is. I will say one thing here. I was thinking this earlier, but like, I would love for Sega to make another game like this. Maybe not the same gameplay style, but I would like, okay, you know how they're doing the whole Sonic and Sega games? Like, we've had All-Star Racing and All-Star Racing Transformed and the tennis game. Which I did actually like all of those. The tennis game's really bare bones, but it's fun. I have it on my DS, and I played it a bit when I got it. I got it for like $10, so it was worth it. And the racing games are great, but the, I would love for them to do, like, a fighting game, like Sonic and Sega All-Star Fighters, or Sonic and Sega All-Star Brawlers. I don't really care how it could be a Smash Brothers clone, it could be a Marvel vs. Capcom clone, Street Fighter clone, it could be this again, and I'd probably buy it. I just really want to see Sonic fight the Football Manager. Because, like, I always think that's what they could do, is there's so many, like, Sega IPs they're doing nothing with, that they can bring into this. You have the Yakuza guys, you got Sonic, Super Monkey Ball, Streets of Rage, Comic Zone, so on. You know, Knights, and it'd be awesome because like I'm going really off topic here, but apparently Sega wants to revive some old IPs. Make this fighting game, and people will be like, dude, what the fuck is a Rise Star? Because that game's great and deserves a remake or a sequel. I love that game. Also, I skipped over, but Tails has a little movie, throws his arms like Luigi in Super Smash Bros. And every time I see it, I just think Tails going, yeah! I love that. This is totally unnecessary, but I love that. This is Fang the Sniper, by the way, also known as Knack the Weasel. He shoots a gun. Because that's what Sonic needs, guns! This game preceded, this game preceded Shadow the Hedgehog, so. I also really like this casino looking level, it looks very nice. The only thing, I mean, this isn't early, like, I think this game came out, like, in the well, it had to come out in the 90s, so it was probably, like, PS1 era. Well, it had to be. So, like, everything's a bit blocky, but I think they cleaned it up a bit in this, HD remaster thing. If it's, I don't really know. HD remaster remake's very different, I know, but I'm very bad at telling these things. I will say, I do like the OST for this game. It's not one of my favorite Sonic soundtracks, but it's pretty decent. I do actually have a lot of memories with this game, like playing, well, I mean, I recorded this footage like a year ago, I'm just now using it, but going back and thinking of it, or thinking about it, me and my friend Dustin used to play this and Sonic R quite a bit, more than we really should have. I also love how this level is called Dynamite Plant, and it's basically Oil Ocean Zone from Sonic 2. Like, they just were like, eh. I'm surprised that, like, we never got... I mean, I know the reason why, but we never got a Sonic game between the, like, the Saturn era and, like, the PS1 era, technically. I would figure they would have made one. I mean, we got SA1, which is a fun game, and SA2 is alright, I guess, but... A Saturn Sonic game would have been interesting. I mean, we technically had one, the sense of 3D Blast getting put on the Saturn, but, 3D Blast sucks, so who cares? I do know that they technically went back and did a Sonic fighting game now that I just got reminded in my own brain. With Sonic Battle on the Game Boy Advance, and that I've never played that game, but I've watched streams, and it looked pretty boring. Like, I know you do a lot of repeat fights, and I think you have to do all the character stories to get this secret ending. Pretty sure. It's like a Sonic Advance 2 and 3 type of thing, where you have to do that. The only good thing is, I'd argue it's not as tedious as Sonic Advance 2 gets. I'm trying to get the secret ending for that, because I really do not like the Chaos Emerald system in that game, and I know and somehow it is worse in 3. How is that possible? I will say I do like that you get a black and white Sonic for that. That's pretty awesome. And obviously this level is based off of Wing Fortress Zone. It's rare that they take mostly Sonic 2 levels. I mean, I know Sonic 2 is the most popular Sonic game, but, you know, I would think that they would use more levels from 1 or 3 and K. Like, I think most of the levels in Sonic 1 are pretty, not forgettable, but Sonic 1's a meh game to me. I find the soundtrack pretty, it's okay, but I would have liked, like, a Starlight Zone, you know? I don't like the music for that level, but it'd been cool. Or, like, what would have been awesome? Spring Yard Zone. And the entire level is spring, so you have to, like, you're in the air trying to hit each other. I mean, you could have done that if they made, like, a Wacky Workbench level from CD, but, you know. I want a level from this game, Sonic Mania. Like, for no reason. Like, the level for the last level is just a fighting game from Sonic, or just a fighting stage from Sonic the Fighters. Like, it's Sonic fighting, Metal Sonic, because I'm sure Metal Sonic's going to be in Mania. I didn't mention this, and this video's been going the entire time, but, obviously this is a fighting game, so you have strong attack, weak attack, kicks, Sonic, or any character, like, and they can do, like, a spin attack. It's pretty simple. Also, this game has too many Chaos Emeralds. It has 8 Chaos Emeralds, and another screw-up is that, in the beginning of the game, They spell Robotnik's name wrong as Dr. Robotnik, and also this is called the Lunar Fox. I thought it was the Star Fox for a second. They couldn't do that because of copyright. Also, another thing is very, not interesting, but I think it's pretty funny. In this game, they call this Death Egg the Death Egg Mark II, basically. And in Sonic 4, Episode 2, there is a Death Egg Mark II, which is pretty funny. Also, random topic, I'm saying also a lot. I really enjoy the Death Egg music in Sonic 4 Episode 2. It's pretty aight. I find that game's OST pretty forgettable. Speaking of good OSTs, by the way, this Metal Sonic theme's amazing. It is by far my favorite Metal Sonic theme in the entire series. I really like this theme. There's a remix of this song online, and I don't know what the actual video is called. I just know it's a picture of the Metal Sonic from 3 and K, but he's like Super Metal Sonic in front of it. If I can find it, I might link it in the comments or in the description if I can remember. But I really love that version of the song. This version's really good. This is actually the hardest fight in the game, in my opinion, just because some of his moves are really kind of BS. It's his move where he, like, spins and hits you, because it always breaks my shield. Like, I think this is the only time in the campaign that I died. Well, I mean, you're not going to edit it out, obviously, but, you know, it's the hardest fight in the game, easily. I really like this fight as well, because you have to beat the boss in like 15 seconds. It's a really cool idea, and then this boss is piss easy, because you can get Eggman stuck in a corner and he won't do anything. I've seen people get Super Sonic here, and I don't know how they do it. I've never been able to do it. And the camera can't even focus on Sonic. It's like a result screen from 06 all over again. That scene of Sonic flying through space reminds me of the end of Mega Man. I think it's X4. It's X4 or X5. I'm pretty sure it's X4. Where, well, you can be X or Zero flying through space, and X, like, contemplates, like, why do robots fight? I'm like, dude, this is the same thing you've been doing in every X game since. You should know this by now. I don't know, but this is Sonic the Fighters. I love this game because it's so cheesy and fun. If you're gonna get it, play it with somebody, obviously, because playing through the campaign gets tedious, like every fighting game, I believe. It's like playing Smash Bros. Classic mode with every character. It's cool until you get halfway through it, and you're like, okay, I'm tired of this. Fuck you, Princess Peach. But I really do enjoy this game. I really want Sega to do something like this again. It's really fun, but I love arcade-style fighters, so what can I say? And like every fighting or every arcade type of game, you can put in your name or whatever here. And because I'm a 20-year-old guy who really needs to grow up, I'm gonna put in ass, because that's what grown-ups do. And yeah. I've been Lance the Pants, y'all been wonderful, and you can Sonic the Fighters me IRL. That joke is so dead. See you guys next time.